Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And it's Jujutsu Kaisen, episode 3. What happened last time?
Last time, Yuta went to the school, which was,
Oh, right, yeah. The new school, the Magic Academy for Jujutsu sorcerers.
Disguised as a religious school, but it's actually sort of more of a training place.
Really cool justification.
And then he met with, I think it was like the principal.
Yeah.
Who was just really cool, a really cool dude, a little bit,
What was he doing? He was like felt.
He was like needle felting.
Yeah.
And he has all these stuffed animals that he can control, which is pretty cool. And then, at the end there, he like got his room, and it turns out he was right next to the other guy who he had already met at the other school previously, and the guy's like, why does he have to have this room right here? And there's just like, well, I mean, that's just how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
And we saw a sneak peek of the girl who is, I'm assuming, the third classmate in their year.
Yeah, I think we're going to meet her. I also think either at the end of this episode or midway through, my prediction is that there's going to be some, like, conflict. I think there's going to be, like, another Monster of the Week type thing just to get us acquainted now that we've, like, introduced all of the lore and all, like, the school and everything and have a little bit of a deeper understanding. I think we're going to get more, fights with, like, a monster thing, or it might just be a calm episode.
Or
and then
there
at
might
the
be
end,
some more training, because
possibly.
he doesn't have really any training of what he has this big sort of mission that he has to go on, but doesn't yet have any skills to really achieve that.
Yeah, that's probably actually more correct, but we'll see. And we hope that you've already seen, because this is not a market substitute. We hope you like and subscribe, first of all, if you enjoy our reactions to this show and you want to see more, or if you just want to help us out, because likes really help us out, and subscribing really helps us out, and we appreciate it. But this is not a market substitute. And we assume you've already seen the show on Crunchyroll, which is where this is legally streaming. We're not providing you a free way to watch the show. We're giving you our reaction and our review. This is not in any way a free way to watch the show. Support the official release. With that, let's go. Jujutsu Kaisen, episode 3. Let's go. Good point.
それだけマイノリティなんだよ、呪術師は。制服間に合ったんだね。おお、ぴったし。でも伏黒と微妙に違えんだな。パークついてるし。制服は希望があればいろいろいじってもらえるからね。え？
I like that.
俺そんな希望出してねえけど。
I did.
僕が勝手に出した。あ、いっか。気をつけろ。五条先生こういうところある。それよりなんで原宿集合なんですか。本人がここがいいって。ああ、ポップコーン食いたい。仕事中ですか。いえ、違いますけど。
Who is this?
今モデルさんを探してまして、自分こういうものですけど、お姉さん興味ないですか。今急いでるんで。話だけでも。私は？私はどうだって聞いてんの。いや、今急いでるんで。
I don't know. I think she's pretty cute. I think she's perfect for a modeling gig. She seems way more fit than the other girl. Opening time. Did you notice there was like a plant growing out of the finger on the side?
It turned into like a stick.
Yeah. Oil slicked gulls on fire? What the fuck kind of... Well, I wonder what kind of guys she likes. Does she think he's like super hot or something?
先を発表します。
Roppongi. Uh.
いますね、呪い。イコール怖いって思う人間の心の問題なんだ。
So that feeling like attracts it.
ちょっと待って、こいつそんなことも知らないの。
だから、友人、二人で建物内の呪いを払ってきてくれ。
Oh god, why would you do that? She's gonna shit all over him.
しか払えないんだろ。俺、呪術なんて使えねえよ。君はもう半分呪いみたいなもんだから。体には磁力が流れているよ。でもまあ、重力のコントロールはこれを使いな。
He's got a blade.
磁力のこもった武器さ。俺なら呪いにも効く。
I wonder if that's actually gonna be a thing or if it's just gonna break in this mission.
ああ、それから、クナは出しちゃダメだよ。
Yeah.
あれを使えば。
早くしろよ。
はいはい、いってらっしゃい。
Gojo's so funny. Like, yeah, he's awesome. Just the way he talks.
無理しないの。病み上がりなんだから。でも虎杖はよう監視でしょ。まあね。でも今回試されてるのは野原の方だよ。
あーと。
Yeah, how well she can work with somebody and not just be a total bitch.
時短時短。二手に分かれましょう。
Are you fucking
私は
dumb?
上からワンフロアずつ調べるから。
She just wants to get rid of him.
シスよ。
ちょっと待てよ。もうちょい真面目に行こうぜ。最近までパンピーだったやつに言われたくないわよ。
A normie?
今日ずっとお前
Goddamn muggles coming up in here.
だからモテないのよ。
ってんの。てめえは言うほど持ってんのかよ。クソか。
Bitch. Oh shit.
Oh,
Quick on the draw. Do you need a receipt? Is this guy like... I guess they aren't... Are they really people? Sometimes? Or are they just like energy? I forget. Ah. It's so gruesome. Like...
Yeah.
動けんね、俺。
Yeah, no shit. I mean, good job, but like, holy fuck, that was horrifying. They take the form of living creatures, right?
おい、そこの呪い。真ん中のマネキンだよ。それで隠れてるつもり。
She have a hammer
That was a heart on it.
and nails. I bet she goes like Armstrong and like hits them, and they go. They're like projectiles. Ooh. Yeah.
Whoa.
She like propels them with the hammer. It was a decoy, I bet. Or not. Mannequins don't move like that. Because there's more people in Tokyo, right?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Ooh! Interesting commercial break sequence. Backstory! Kugisaki. Oh, she's leaving. I'm predicting right now, I bet, could be wrong, but I bet she's like a muggle. She's like, she doesn't come from a long line.
Nailed it.
Nice one.
Oh.
It can't be real. That's the real curse. It's this kid. Don't kill this kid. Don't kill this kid in front of us. Don't kill this kid in front of us. Don't kill this kid. This is what you get for fucking sending Yuji away on a goose chase because you didn't want to deal with him. Are you seriously doing that right now? But she doesn't want that.
の子を逃がして。
Yuji.
あれ外した
He's gonna grab the fucking eyeball. That was smooth. This reminds me of a track from One Punch Man. Never mind.
払います待って
Yeah.
演出精霊呪法
Whoa.
I wonder how that fucking works.
いいねちゃんと行かれてた
How much does she need to do that? Oh, it's good. Oh, the fucking doll. That's cool.
Because she had
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah,
arm
yeah.
of it.
But can she do it with a finger? Like a cursed object finger? Probably not.
お人形さんみたいに可愛くて聖母みたいに優しかった沙織ちゃん。そんな沙織ちゃんを村の奴らは仲間外れにした。
Was she a spirit or something? Why?
田舎者をバカにしていると。
Because she's from the city? That's it?
妄想を膨らませて。
Oh, there must have been like some local politics going on or something.
追い出した。お店のはもっと美味しいんだよと、
Mm.
笑ってご馳走してくれた沙織ちゃん。あの村にいたら私は。
だから言ったろ一人は危ねえ真面目にやれって
一人は危ないなんて言われてないわよ。
言ってなかったお前なんで呪術高専来たんだよ
なんでって、田舎が嫌で東京に住みたかったから。お金のこと気にせず上京するにはこうするしかなかった。
そんな理由で命かけられんの
かけられるわ。私が私であるためだもの。ありがとう。私お腹減ると機嫌悪いの知ってた。
期限じゃない時あん
記録2018年7月
2018.
西東京市米州少年院
I wonder if this is present time. Did we
どう
do we know what year it was?
あれ
Is it prison?
どれ
あれだよ卵みてえな
だからどれだよ
緊急事態のため高専1年生3名が派遣されうち1名死亡
So I guess we were both right about our prediction about the episode. It was
Yeah.
both training, but you can only train in the field, I guess, or we need to like make up for lost time since you don't know fuck all,
Yeah.
and there's no way to like learn to control yourself, other than just doing it. So
Also, because she previously had experience with curses, just not the kind of curses that are only like here.
Yes.
So there's no other way to train her for that, because it's not like they're just throwing her in and she has zero experience. She can obviously exercise a curse. She just didn't know about sort of the next level of curses.
yes, so that's cool. Yeah, good. Like classic thing of now we've come this far. Now let's have a similar situation to what we had at the inciting incident, but now like with a little bit more information and a new character. So there's a good reason to like introduce conflict to explore that. That's cool. Really awesome. And what do you think of the new girl? What do you think of what's her
She's
name?
so weird.
Kugasaki. She's really weird. She's like angry, she's like
I don't even
she's
know who
hot.
I
She's
think-
angry, but she's not like stuck up. Like she is stuck up, but she's not like,
But,
in a
she's-
really weird way. It's good to see like a unique take on this.
Yeah,
character.
I don't even know who I could compare her to.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because she's really all over the place, but not in because it's also weird because she's from the country, so she's not the stuck-up city girl.
Yeah.
She's like the country girl who wanted to come to the city, but she's never been to the city. So, and then she's like trying to get scouted as a model.
I think she just wanted people to, she just liked the attention. She wanted like, oh, well, she just butted her head into that situation. She's really interesting because she's like weird, but not, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe her. It's kind of, she's funny. She's really funny.
I love the being hungry puts me in a bad mood. When you're not in a bad mood.
Yeah.
That was good.
Every episode, I'm like reminded of how much I like the characters. Because a week passes and we watch a lot of different shows, and the last couple weeks have been kind of hectic, like getting introduced to all this new stuff. And I felt it this time and last time, when I sat down to like watch the show, I was just like, okay, what's gonna happen this episode that's gonna like bring me in? And then I like see the interaction between the characters and like everything going on, and I'm instantly like, oh shit, I'm already in. I already like the characters. I already like the world.
Yeah.
I like everything that's going on. I don't need to like get over any hurdles with this, because they've already done so much to get me like super invested, and I actually care about what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I want to learn more about the world. It seems interesting enough. It has that like that vulgar, like gruesome twist, and like it's kind of sadistic, and I'm based on just the imagery that we've seen. Like there was a time where I think Gojo was describing all this shit, or it was either Gojo or Megumi is his given name, but I forget what Yuji calls him. There was like they were describing like what the curses can do, and they had like this image of a fucking horribly dismembered or like charred, like it looked like the skin had been melted off, and it was like grafted to a concrete wall or something, because it was like melted there. It was like gruesome, and like the show, I could tell the show's not afraid to go that route or like show that type of shit, so it gives it an edginess without it being like, ooh, it's so edgy, you know?
Yeah.
It gives it a little bit more weight, and it makes it.
And I like that they're doing a really good job of mixing the sort of lighthearted stuff with the darker stuff or the grosser stuff, and they go back and forth really easily.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's not just like, oh, we're here now, so now it's time to fool around.
Yeah.
And then, oh, now this stuff is happening, so we're all serious. It's kind of like a mix of both.
I think, yeah, the lightheartedness does fit.
And I'm sure it'll get maybe slightly less as we get into more of the serious part of the show, but I feel like it will always be there. At least I hope it will. Mm-hmm. But it's really good when you're getting to know characters to have that, and it's in a way that doesn't seem like they're diverting themselves from the plot to add that in to make you like the characters. You know, because the plot is kind of open. Like, the goal is we're gonna find all these fingers and eat them all and then die. Mm-hmm. But it's not like, oh, the bad guys, the curses are recently, they're all plotting to overthrow us and kill us all in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Was there an end date? Were we given a ticking clock? I forget if there was a certain amount of time before like he was taken over or something like that. Maybe not.
No, I think it's just like it's gonna get harder the more he has.
Yeah, so that's cool. I want them. A ticking clock's really good. Right now, I don't need it. I imagine at some point, with the pacing of the show, I don't know if they will need it, or if they'll get to it eventually. Because like eventually, oftentimes what they do is they add like in the next 2 years you need to have this done, or it's going to fail. Then there's like some urgency to make it happen. With the way the plot's going and with the way we're getting introduced, it's only the 3rd episode, so you can never tell. But I don't feel personally like that's needed right now. In order to keep the show moving, as long as the writing stays, you know, this good, and the presentation seems this good. And as far as like the lighthearted stuff, yeah, it's funny because it seems like they whenever there's an opportunity to be ultra edgy, they don't take it unless there's some emotional weight to it, like it's like to do with his grandfather, or with something else. It doesn't seem like when there's an opportunity to make a joke or make something quirky or go super edgy, they'll have the principal, rather than being like, ooh, he's standing there, and instead of having like a giant sword or like a staff or something sitting on a throne and shit, he's like what is it? Is it felt stitching? Needle felting. And like with a bunch of stuffed animals. And like that's just a small thing, but he still has like the energy of someone big. Gojo is awesome as a character because he is like the Kakashi-esque. He's I see a lot of similarities with Kakashi. However, he is like a jokester. He's like a kid at heart. You could tell he's powerful, and I respect his strength. I respect him as like the sort of mentor of these kids. But he clearly is sort of free spirit, and the way he talks is so funny. He's like a jokester. I appreciate that energy in something like this, and with Yuji as well. Like they have so many chances to make everything so serious and edgy, but they're keeping it grounded in reality by making them seem real and not super serious all the time. In a weird way, even though they're taking on fucking curses, they still act like a relatable, like modern people. And I think the fashion as well really plays into that. Like the fact that I forget Kugisaki, yeah. She the fact that she wants to be like a city girl, she wants to like go shopping, and she wants to go eat all this nice food like a normal young woman coming to like a major city would want to do. Explore
She's been
the
dreaming
world.
to go here her whole life, and then she gets the opportunity.
Like it makes sense, and the fact that like the fashion specifically, like the ending. I'm not a big fan of like fashion personally. I think it's kind of dumb. Personally, I don't like. I don't like the idea of paying fucking hundreds, thousands of dollars for shoes and keeping up with like the latest trends for fucking hairstyles and like different fucking shirts and shit. Like I hate that stuff so much. I hate like the whole designer craze and all that shit. But there's something about the way it's presented here in the ending and also just in the show, the style of the show, where there's clearly some thought put into that is attractive to me. Being someone who doesn't like that whole culture, I still, and I think having that in there adds something to sort of the way the story is presented and makes everything feel more modern and relatable. Even if I don't personally relate to that, I can see that it's sort of it's all for making it seem sort of modern and relatable. Mm-hmm. I like that, and I can see that, and I think it works, even though I'm not like in that myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's cool, and it's really like it's the fact that it's stylish is it kind of grinds on me sometimes, but then I'm just kind of like, you know what? It's cool. I don't know. I kind of like it in this show, even if I don't like it in real life. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I like her little hammer thing, as well as the straw doll.
It's like a
very
voodoo doll.
Interesting. Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a cool ability.
So yeah, that's something. Well, I mean, we haven't seen like two. I guess we've seen several abilities at this point, but it's just interesting because it seems like every ability is still something different.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's just It's just interesting, like the hammer and then the nails, and then she uses that as well if she has a piece of the curse.
I wonder how that even works. Like, what does she need a whole hand? Can she do it with a finger? Can she do it with the tip of a finger? What's the extent of it, and how does that work? Within the world. I'm interested in that because I've sort of been letting it sort of go past me, like not worrying too much about the details of the power system, like letting it come to me in small bits. But I want to get explained just the logic behind that attack, because I don't quite get it. It's kind of cool, and I like her weapon, but I want to know how that works before I get like too excited about its use.
And then I also want to know more about the dogs, the wolves.
Oh yeah.
I would like to. I would like to know more information on how people acquire these different abilities that are different from each other. Is that just something that they have, or did they choose that, or is it sort of taught to them, or
I want to know that too, and it's going to get to the point eventually. I'm willing to wait a little bit longer to get that, but it's going to get to the point eventually where the sort of use of them isn't going to wow me as much if it keeps going this way, because eventually I'm not going to be able to follow like what's happening. And right now, that's perfect because I'm not supposed to. Yuji doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He doesn't know about anything that's happening. But eventually, I'm going to need to know the logic behind all these attacks in order to, like, be able to predict, like, the way that the fights are going to go, or, think about how somebody can get out of a situation. Because if every situation is like, oh shit, he's in the situation, he's gonna have to pull something to get out of this. But if I don't have the ability to say, oh, but if he uses this and then that and then goes this, then maybe he can make it out. Then it's just gonna be a surprise, kind of an empty surprise every time. That's one thing I don't usually like.
That's why I want to know what people are capable of, so that if they do something different, it will be impressive.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not just they can do literally anything anytime. And I have to believe that that's either normal or really cool, depending on other people's reaction.
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. But
and then at the end there, 2018. I don't know what year this is set.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't think
because
maybe it's in 2018. It's weird because the manga might have started publishing in 2018. I don't know. It's my suspicion that it's a flashback and that it was a previous year.
Yeah.
But I don't
either
think we know.
It was a previous year, or it's saying sort of like, oh, heads up, later this season one of them's gonna die.
But I don't think one of them's going to die, genuinely.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that, and I don't know what year. I don't know if they've already told us what year
I don't think they have, and I think that's intentional, because then they can say 2018.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know, it's just an interesting thing, because I can't tell if the purpose of, like, what, if they're just throwing that in there, and then later, when we maybe find out the date, it'll be like, oh.
Well, only one way to find out, and that's to watch next week of Jujutsu Kaisen. We hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Hope you enjoyed our review. Hope you leave a like on the video and subscribe for future Jujutsu Kaisen stuff. You can also check out our Patreon to get early access on a bunch of our other videos and get a bunch of exclusive stuff as well if you're interested. But we hope you stick around for this show, and we'll see you next time. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye. And thank you to all of our patrons, especially those in the Student Council: Zenge,
John Ortega,
Aurora,
Lewis,
Chris Janve,
Nelson Barbosa,
Kage Uzumaki,
Dreadful XR,
Brian,
Handicap Bonkai,
D23L,
Charles Liu,
Brian,
Michael Wells,
King Mr. Mew,
Rifleman Z51,
Brandon Bruce,
Fallow,
Mord Tarragon,
Alfonso Reynoso,
Josh Carey Gray,
Jordan Angu,
Lolly Convict,
Takamasa Baba,
Vanity,
Redacted,
Josue Gonzalez,
Zachary Pora.
Mohammed Buran Ahmed. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.